Hey, this is Jeff Wright, just running through the costume again, giving everyone a little bit of a closer look, piece by piece here. Right now I'm in the main shell, and I also, while I would normally make my legs independent, I'd have 4 pieces for 2 legs. I decided to attach them to the shell just because of the way they look. They look like they're going up into the shell now, and if I hadn't attached them, they probably would have taken would have had a little bit of a different look. I like the look they went with here. The only issue is it's really hard to get into. I kind of have to do a chair dip while I put my legs in there. But that's this piece. I'll give you a look at the sides. We have 350s running into the shell, and the shell is a bunch of patterns, flat weaves that we put together. It has a couple of dips and bends in it that don't look perfect, but I think it's pretty cool. Here it is. What I would do next to get in is I would put both my feet in. So that's a separate piece. It has the bottom of the knee pad look, and then a barrel weave with some 350s put on his toes and a 260 wrapped around for the foot wrap. So my feet will go in next. Then I'm going to put in my upper arms, and my upper arms were designed with a collar, and then I attached the arms to the collar with a flat weave of 350s for my shoulders, and I'll put it on like a shirt, and it'll go on. And then these extra 260s you see here, these will go into my sides with the help of an assistant, just to keep my my arms from flying all over the place. Not totally necessary, I just usually like a little extra stability in keeping the costume all together. Those will just pressure fit right in there. After that's on, I'll put on my head. My head is a very, very, very basic design. I just started passing 350s around with a couple attachment points, ear twists on either side. Passing the 350s around. So I got the first one that fit around my head, which was this. And then I brought another 350, it's around the back of my head, brought the jaw down. And then I passed a big one over top and made the orange 350 with the extra, so it's 2 350s together, 2 orange 350s, and then the extra I kind of made the cool flowing in the wind ninja wrap look there. The eyes are just whiteout and Sharpie, and then I put a couple dimples or freckles on there rather in green Sharpie. What you see right here represents the entirety of non-balloon work on this entire costume. Everything else is attached and made out of balloons. Attached by and made out of balloons. So this is the only non-balloon, is the whiteout and the Sharpie. Please forgive me. But I think it looks pretty cool. And then this will just go on like so. Something like that. I do not have great visibility with this one, but I'm not competing in any contest this year. I just made this totally for fun, so visibility wasn't a huge issue because I'm not going to be in a club for 4 hours or at a costume contest for 4 hours where I'm going to be bumping into people. So there's that, and then finally I'll put on my arms. This is my first arm, and again it's a barrel weave starting with some brown and then going up into a barrel weave. About 3 passes before I reached the end, I stopped doing a whole weave and just did triangles. So I made I started a point here, brought it up, brought it over, brought it in, brought it up, brought it over, brought it in, and then rather than going and finishing with 2 more passes, I brought it back up into the middle one, and then back up, and then back down to the one I started on to make 2 triangles in which I pressure fit 350s to make the hand. And then here is a thumb I attach down towards the base of where I stopped doing the full barrel. And then my favorite piece is my right hand. Same deal with the hand, except this time I left the knots on the end of the 350 as opposed to using the clean end, so that I could tie them all together and make a fist. And in the fist, I put the nunchucks. The nunchucks are made by spiral twisting a 260 and then stuffing it into a 646 and popping the 646 so that it makes that really cool looking shape to it. Then I just took a 260 orange and did some ear twists and then ran it over top. So there's a little gap here. Then I puffed just one puff of air of 350 silvers. And then I just tied them in links, and it just makes a really, really cool nunchuck and hand combo. It's really my favorite piece for sure. And you know, the actual weapon itself, without the stuff, you know, that stuff, you can mess it up a little bit if you're doing the stuff, and you tend to pop some 646s if you're not good at it like me. So that can take a little bit, but without that, you know, aside from using 10 balloons to make everything with the chain, it's not a hard weapon to make, and so it's really fun. And the using 350s for the chain and using the 646 adds some heft to it, so you really can swing it around. But that's that. That's the costume. I'm going to get in it now and run around my neighborhood for a little bit.